Hello, I'm...
Hello, welcome or welcome back to the stream. Who farted? It wasn't me, because girls don't fart. That's disgusting. I am a girl and I have never farted. Girls never ever ever fart. They hold in a lifetime of farts, and then at the end of their lifespan they have a methane explosion, and that's how women die. 100% of women have died from never farting, and that is a real fact. So hello, Ricochet. I've got a cat crawling across the desk at the moment. Be careful, that's Hot Bubba. My cat is trying to work out how to cuddle with me while I'm streaming, but she doesn't like my gaming chair because it moves, and I think like she's kind of scared that it's unstable. She's just sitting on the desk now. Hello. Thank you, Bubba. That's all right. She's all right there. As long as she doesn't go near anything hot, she'll be all right. Yep, that's it. So hello, Hyperboovian. Yeah, that is true. Women don't fart ever. That's disgusting. We just die from holding in our farts in a gas explosion. It's true. Maybe hello, Zaglu. I don't know. I'm not real good at reading, guys. It's hard out here for the dyslexic gals. But yeah, you know, we try. Anyway, now that you've been educated on the biology of women's, we can do the crossword. Ooh. What are we gonna do? Go and do spelling bee. Play. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, okay. We have the letter N, the letter P, the letter I, the letter D, the letter G, the letter M, and we have to use the letter L. Lip. Lip liner? Lip lining? Lip lining. How is lip lining not a word? That's all the girls on their makeup tutorials do. They're like, oh, if you have small lips, just line your lips, and they all do it, and then it just looks like they drank some choking milk and didn't clean it. It doesn't make their lips look bigger. Like, it just looks like They had some Milo this morning and they forgot to wipe their top lip. But that's what lip lining looks like. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe lipping. Not a word. Pinging. Oh, you can't have pinging. Nip. You can't have nip because it doesn't have an L in it. You have to use the letter L, and also it has to be at least 4 letters. So it does make it a bit harder. Hello, Kylan. Good to see you again. Map. It's gonna have mapping, but there's no A. Remember when we had the word pegging? That was so good. Idling? Like when you idle your car? Idling? Oh, it was a word. Who said pegging? I saw that one time I made the word pegging and I liked it. Quality gameplay to sleep to. Well, I'm glad I'm nice and boring for you. How are you today? I'm okay. I'm okay. I have pretty bad tummy cramps today, but that's just, you know, that's just part of life, I guess. Oh, good news. My nan has had her surgery and, you know, she's kind of confused and disoriented because she has Alzheimer's and she's in lots of pain, as one would imagine. When you smash your hip, it probably flippin' hurts. But yeah, in terms of like, you know, making it through the surgery and, you know, and surviving, it's, that's good. That's good. That's what we like to see. Oh, gliding. We can have a gliding. Oh, I finished the game. How did I finish the game? Well, it's done. It's done, guys. That's it. Apparently we can spell. What was the other funny word that I made? I made the word pegging. I also found I did another word that was funny. Common queries informally. FAQs? I think it's a FAQ. Let's do that. Or as I like to call them, fucks. FAQs. Facts. It's like if you're really ochre. Can everybody see? Yeah, cool. Only 4-letter country with a Q in its name. Qatar? No, that doesn't work. Guam? No, that's not it. Q. Iraq! I wasn't thinking about last letters. That's good. TV's the white. The white. I don't know. The white something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. The White House? Is there a TV show called The White House? The White Lotus. I only know about that because Lisa from Blackpink was in it, so everyone was talking about it. But everyone knows the best girl in Blackpink is Rosie because she is from Melbourne and we can support other K-pop people, but mainly we support the Australian ones because, yeah. Something you might mark as read, probably an email. Late. Oh, This is a filet mignon. I don't know how to say it. I'm not French. But yeah. Burnt toast has a strong aroma. 5-letter country with a Q in its name. Qatar. Likely inspiration for the mythical kraken. Squid. Sneaky. Sneaky. Sly. Blackpink is popular where you are? Would you say that Blackpink are in your area? Sorry, that's a bad joke. But yeah, one of the girls in Blackpink was born in New Zealand and grew up in Australia, and she's our favorite Blackpink. And two of the girls from what's it called? New Jeans were born in Australia as well, and two of the guys from Stray Kids are Australian, and one of them, Felix, is from Western Sydney. So it's very exciting for me. I'm like, look at my sons and daughters doing so well in the overseas. I feel like I'm their mom. I'm like, look at my children excelling in the K-pop market. I'm so proud of them. I'm gonna knit them a jumper so they can stay warm during those Seoul winters, you know? Crochet them something nice. I think they would appreciate it. You saw Felix interview. He has a sick Aussie accent. He has the accent I used to have when I was a kid. I had that accent until I was about 14, 15. He has a very, very Western Sydney accent. So it is very cute. Sometimes when I'm really drunk, that accent comes out, but it's like a very like Lebanese Australian accent. Everybody that grows up in Western Sydney kind of has a Lebanese like aspect to their accent just because, yeah, it's just prominent in that area. So you pick it up when you are in primary school usually, or in preschool or kindy, depending on what state you're in. Where did baby go? I don't know where my cat went. She's given up trying to sleep on my desk. She's like, why is my mum jibber jabbering? I don't like it. Oh, Dipsy, that's me. La la, po, Teletubbies, Teletubbies, say hello. All right, sorry guys. I have lots of things wrong with my brain, clearly. All right, so the rules are 16 words, 4 words per category. There are 4 categories and 4 words per categories. We don't know what the categories are, so we have to group words together that may form a category and see if that was the category when we guess. And if we're wrong, we lose a life. These are our lives. We have 4 lives. Or maybe we have no life because we are playing New York time games. And, you know, that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. Okay. Well, only one of these is actually a Teletubby because it wasn't Dipsy. I think it was Tipsy. La la. And there was Po. There's no Teletubby called No No. I think it's trying to trick you. Gaff. A gaff, a no-no, a boo-boo, a gaff, a no-no, a boo-boo, and what's another? I dropped my mouse. Sorry, guys. Whoa, that scared the shit out of me. All right, guys, I just had a hand spasm, and my hand, sometimes I have random hand spasms, and my hand just like, I don't know, my hand just spasmed, and I like threw my mouse. I threw my mouse. Okay, it's all right, we're back. All right, we've got Boo Boo, No No, Gaff, and we need another one. Dipsy, Dream, Cheese, Satellite Dish, Lala, Goo Goo, Teletubby, Yankee, Radio Tower, Never Never, Blub, Insect, Fantasy. What's what's another good thing? I'm not a surgeon. Well, funny you say that, Delta. I actually was I got good enough marks to study medicine, but by that point I already had a bad hand tremor. And flub, as in flub the line. Okay, I've literally never heard that, but all I know is Flubber, the movie with Robin Williams. But yep, blunder. There you go. I got 3 out of 4. That's all right. Yankee. Surgeon story? Oh, yeah. So I started like developing a really, really bad hand trauma when I was like 17. So I was like, well, can't be a surgeon now because I can't hold anything steady. So that's you know. Oh, I think I told the story here where I burnt the F out of my foot. I think I told the story here where I burnt the F out of my foot and had like a blister from my toe across my foot all the way to like my ankle. And that was because my hand had a spasm when I was taking lasagna out of the oven and I dropped the lasagna on the ground and it was like molten hot and the bechamel sauce like splattered and it landed on my foot. And I was just jumping around on one foot screaming and my housemate came running in and they didn't know what to do. So they got a wet tea towel and they wiped the bechamel off my foot and it pulled off a whole bunch of skin with it. And yeah, it was a whole thing. But it actually healed up really well. It actually healed up very, very, very well. But I was on crutches for like 5 weeks because it was so painful. And I just had my foot in an ice bath for like about 20 hours because if I took it out, I was just unbearable. The pain was unbearable, so I just had it in there. And then I just used Medi Honey on my foot. I had it wrapped up for a while. Anyway, the point of the story is like, I'm just bad at like with things with lasagna and feet. Yeah, there's probably someone's fetish lasagna and feet. Oh gosh. I gave them an idea. Yeah, some girl's probably getting a DM now for a special OnlyFans request to put her foot in lasagna or something. I bet you some guy's writing her a DM being like, hey baby, hey baby. Oh dear. I'm sorry whoever you are, girl, that is being made to make a lasagna so you can stick your foot in there. Anyway, yeah, it's I don't know, it's just the stupidest way to hurt yourself, because did you know how dumb I felt telling everybody the story about how I hurt myself? It's just not like, it's not a cool way. Like people that hurt themselves in like sexy ways, like they were riding their motorbike or like they were doing, you know, they were doing cool things on their jet ski or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I dropped the lasagna on the floor and then the bechamel sauce went on my foot. Like, okay. All right. I mean, sure. I really don't know what's going to be next. All right, let's have a look. We got Lala, Dipsy, Dream, Never Never, Cheese, Fantasy, Satellite Dish, Teletubby, Insect, Google, Radio Tower. Could this be something to do? Lala Land, Fantasy Land, Never Never Land, Dreamland. Oh, that's a good thing. Your left arm got broken when you were in kindergarten. I hope in an accident and not from child abuse, because there's a lot of that going around at the moment in our daycares, it would seem like. Hopefully you just fell off something. I mean, it's not good that you fell off something, but it's better than a psycho hurting you. La La Land, Fantasyland. La La Land, Fantasyland. Alright, we got Satellite Dish, Radio Tower. Nah. I thought I was onto something, but there's no other. Oh, a Teletubby has a television in the middle of its tummy, doesn't it? Wasn't that the whole thing? Teletubby, satellite dish, radio tower. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit. Dipsy. I think you're thinking of dish. There's already a satellite dish here. But I don't know, I could be wrong. I am often wrong, so, you know, I would not necessarily trust me. I would not necessarily trust my judgment because I do maim myself with lasagnas and that is a very special skill, guys. It's a very special skill. I feel like I want to show people the photos of it because it happened a while ago. It happened like maybe 6-7 years ago, but I still have photos of it on my phone because I was showing everyone. And they were all like, Jesus Christ, because it was just like this giant blister that was like 2 centimeters above, like off my foot. It was huge. And it was like, your friend accidentally pushed you off the slide. Aw. Yeah, little kids don't often know that, like, hey, if I push my friend off this high place, it's gonna... If you can see feet, don't do it. Yeah, but it's not a sexy foot. It's like, it's like an injured foot. Although I have been told I have nice feet. But, yeah, I've never actually, like, dated a guy that's into feet. Like, how do you... I don't actually do, yeah. Yeah, because there's guys that are into gore. Because I dated a guy who was a photographer. And he... When I say dated, I use the word very loosely. I mean, we went out for drinks like twice. And he was really weird. And I never, you know, went home with him or anything like that. Because he just gave me bad vibes. But, yeah, he was like into like... Yeah, he was into like he had a fetish for like... porn that like had like a lot of like fake blood and like photo shoots and like of girls that were like covered in blood, and he wanted to like do a photo shoot of like me covered in fake blood, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, mate. That's ciao. Catch you later, buddy. Catch you later. Yeah, it's I don't know, because like how, if you're into that, how soon before you're on the dark web watching snuff stuff, right? Oh, speaking of, this is a segue. I forgot I was going to talk about this and I forgot about it. Now I remember. I'll just look it up. French streamer dies. Just so I don't forget. That reminded me of something actually. But yeah, he told me that he liked that or something, and I was like, oh, okay, because he was kind of, I don't know, he was actually pretty good looking, and I thought it was weird that he was like so awkward, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then the second time I met him, he was like a lot more forthcoming about like what a freak he was, and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not. No. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. But you know, sometimes you just get some free beers and you excuse yourself from the conversation. It was oof. Yeah, like that is an odd fetish for like fake blood and guts being on like hot naked girls. Isn't that really weird? I don't know. I feel like it's weird. You think it's a red flag? Yeah. I actually forgot about that guy because me and my girlfriends were laughing about it for like 6 months. It was a joke like that we would bring up for like 6 months, and then we just, you know, we moved on and we forgot that guy existed. But yeah, people were like, why do you attract such freaks? Well, you know, I attract a lot of different people, to be honest. What? once when I had to go to hospital, the doctor was hitting on me, and my friend that was with me was so angry because he was like, why are you hitting on somebody that's just been assaulted? This was in 2019, right? This was in 2019 when I said after the grand final with GWS and Richmond, when that girl like choke slammed me and stuff. Anyway, the police wanted me to go to hospital, so I went to the hospital and I had like a neck brace on and stuff. And yeah, the doctor was like full on like flirting with me. Like very, very obviously flirting with me. And it was, yeah, it was, I don't know. Look, I've had some guys, that's not the first doctor that's hit on me either. When I was like a student, when I was living in Sydney and I was at uni, so I think I was like 18 or 19, I went to the doctors because I needed some antibiotics because I had a really bad throat and chest infection. And there was a young doctor there, like I would say he would have been like mid-20s and maybe he just started practicing medicine. So this was like an inner Sydney suburb doctor, and he was full flirting with me, and he was asking me what clubs I go to, and like, oh, if he turned up there on Friday night, would I be there? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a goth club. Like, I don't think you're gonna go well there, mate. But yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, I just attract all types of weirdos, to be honest. It's kind of a free for all. Although I have. The only female friends that I've made in Melbourne have been with lesbians that have been hitting on me, but I've been too dumb to realize that they're hitting on me, and I've thought they've been trying to be my friend. So I've been like, the first friend that I made in Melbourne, she like asked me to go for drinks with her, and I was like, oh yeah, and I thought she wanted to be my friend, and then she tried to kiss me, and then I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm straight, and she was like, oh. She was like, you don't give off straight vibes. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm, you know, pretty into the male genitalia, I must say. But then we just became friends. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I'm just sending out signals to everyone apparently. Maybe I'm too friendly or something. I don't know. Anyway, but we ended up being really good friends until she moved back to New South Wales. But we still talk sometimes, so that's nice. She's a really nice girl, and you know, God bless the lesbians. They're good people. We like them. I have no idea what the next category is, guys. Did he wear Dangerfield? You know what? Possibly. He did definitely have like that wannabe emo look, so he could possibly have been wearing Dangerfield, to be honest. Although I have a dress that I bought from Dangerfield ages ago that's really, really, really nice. So, you know, sometimes, occasionally, they can produce a nice thing. Male genitals are pretty gay. Yeah, they're pretty phallic. Male genitals are pretty phallic. Is Dangerfield kind of crap now? Yeah, 100% is it. It seems to be pretty shitty. It seems to be just stuff of Shein, and they put like their own label on it. Because Shein have like their own like goth section on Shein where you can just bypass like Dangerfield. The one at High Point is always empty. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Oh, do you know what's really funny? They have a shop. They have a like maternity shop at High Point, and it's called Ripe. RIPE. I don't know, it always makes me feel sick. It's like, ooh, are you ripe, baby? It's like, ooh. Don't describe the female body as being ripe. What the heck? What? Yeah, it's funnier than Jizz Fashion. No, Jizz Fashion is definitely the best shop that ever existed. And like, yeah, Jizz Fashion was so good. I love Jizz Fashion. I'm so sad it's gone. I wanted to take my future children and be like, Jizz Fashion. Oh, that's the other one. That's the other one. It's called Seed. I was trying to remember the other one. There's another maternity shop in High Point called Seed. So that if you're like a pregnant mother and you're looking for maternity clothes, your options are Seed, which I guess you had shotting you to make your baby. That's lovely. Seed is okay. No, because seed makes me think of like spoof, like ejaculate. It's like I know that's how you get a baby, but like sometimes when you've just had sushi and you're walking through, you know, when you've just been at the food court and you see a baby shop called Seed and another one called Ripe, it's like, oh, I feel a bit queasy now. Anyway, we should try and work out this puzzle. It's my fault. I keep on yammering on about nothing when you've just been slamming salmon eggs. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't want to see that, you know. When you've had some questionable food that's been sitting in a bain-marie all day and you're like, oh, please. All right, what could this possibly be? The words we have left are Teletubby, satellite dish, dip, tip, dips, dipsy, cheese, Yankee, radio tower, Google, and insect. Shuffle? Let's shuffle. Do the shuffle. The atrium is pretty sus. That's what they call the food court. Yeah, with the jungle gym. Yeah, because it looks like it could be a strip club. I said that to my friend last time we were at High Point. I said, the atrium looks like a strip club. Like, it looks like one of those really, like, fancy ones that, like, have a theme. Like, it looks like it could have, like, hot girls on trapezes and they're wearing, you know, like, cheetah outfits or, like, you know, like a cheetah bikini. And one's, like, wearing the zebra ears. And, you know, they're just, like, swinging from the hello Farron, good to see you, and they're just, you know, it looks like it's like an adult themed entertainment, you know, place. And even the atrium sounds like it's like, you know, a nightclub. Why are people talking about intercourse in the chat? Because we were talking about these maternity shops that are in this shopping center in Melbourne, and one's called Ripe and one's called Seed. So that's why we were talking. That's why we were talking about it. Sorry you had to walk in on that, but we we were having a an MA 15 plus conversation. High Point is great. Yeah, I love High Point. I like going there late on Thursday night and getting like the Chinese when it's on, like, you know how they mark down all the stuff in the food court just as they're closing? I always go and try and grab some Chinese on the way out. Sneaky, sneaky. I have no idea what these other two themes could be, other than, like, I want to say radio tower and satellite dish are for broadcasting. The Teletubbies broadcasted on their tummies. And does Google own a broadcasting platform? Because Twitch has Amazon. Google has YouTube, right? Maybe let's try that. Nope. I messed up. Sorry, guys. We could have got a perfect score and I ruined it. Should you put on the haram tag? Nah. Maybe swap one? Yeah, we were one away, but I just don't know which one. Things with antenna. Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart, pseudomastix. Oh, I think you've got it. I think you've got it. Teletubby. Insect. Radio tower. Does a satellite dish have antenna? It does, right? Yay! Thank you so much. You did it. You did it. You did it. Wow. I'm so excited. Exactly. A hero of our times is pseudomastix. We love to see it. What a genius. What a genius. Speaking of weirdos that are into snuff and like that whole thing, you are a god. You are a god amongst men, pseudomastics. We love to see it. Speaking of, you know how I was saying that's that weirdo dude that I went on went out to drinks with like twice. How I was saying like he'd probably end up on the dark web watching actual snuff. Well, this guy in France, I don't know, there's like these kick streamers. Yeah, these are these kick streamers, and apparently they were torturing this French man who had like mental health issues. They were torturing him for ages and he eventually died. And from what I can tell, they were like, this was like some snuff stuff. Like the people that were watching this was like, you know, accessible snuff for people, or entry-level snuff, right? Because the people that were watching this, they're more than likely gonna go out and seek out like the hardcore snuff stuff on the internet now, you know, where like people are kidnapped and tortured horrifically and you pay to like get the torturers to do stuff and like it's a whole thing. I think that like this is gonna be a gateway, because this was on Kick, right, where there are some normies. This, you know, just normal kids are watching this and they're developing a fetish for watching people getting tortured. And yeah, it's so disturbing. But I'll read the article because shut up, Guardian. I'm not giving you money. I am poor. I am the proletariat. You give me money. Thank you. French streamer dies live online after months of apparent mistreatment. John Promenov? I want to say his name properly because the poor fella died. Featured regularly in videos in which he appeared to be assaulted or humiliated as viewers watched. I don't know. It's so messed up. Look at the poor guy. He's like emaciated. He's emaciated and he's still trying so hard to like dress really nicely. French authorities are investigating the death of a man during a live video stream on the Kick platform, where he had regularly been shown enduring violence and humiliation. Yeah, why didn't Kick ban it? Why didn't Kick kick them off? You know, for a platform called Kick, they sure don't ever kick people off. Jeez. Prosecutors ordered an autopsy and opened an investigation into the death of the man, 46, in the village of Contes, north of Nice, on Monday. France's junior minister for AI and digital technology, Clara Chapaz, said Rachel Craven, known online as John, is it Jean or John? Pormanov, had featured regularly in videos on Kick where he was physically assaulted or humiliated by co-streamers as viewers watched live. The death of Jean Promanov and the violence he suffered are absolutely horrific, Chapaz wrote on X. Kick Francois said it would cooperate with authorities and was undertaking a review of its French content. A priority is to protect creators and ensure a safer environment on Kick, it wrote on X. All co-streamers who participated in the live broadcast have been banned pending the ongoing investigation. Kick is a live streaming platform registered in Australia that shares revenue with its content creators. Chape said... Chape? I think it's Chape because it's Saint Tropez, right? And that's got a Z at the end. Chape said a judicial investigation was underway and that she had referred the matter to Digital and Audiovisual Communications regulator, ARCOM, and filed a report to Pharos, France's internet portal for reporting illicit internet content. She also said she had asked Kick for explanation. The responsibility of online platforms for dissemination of illegal content is not optional. It is the law, she said. Yassine Sadoni, a lawyer for one of the two co-streamers, seen abusing Pormanov, told BFM television, the victim had cardiovascular problems and that the violence in the videos was acted. All these scenes are just staged. They followed a script, he said. French media have shown excerpts of hour-long videos during which Promenov is seen suffering blows, insults, strangulation, dousing with paint and oil, and being shot with a paintball gun. It is not clear from the excerpts whether Promenov had subjected himself to the violence voluntarily or was forced to endure it, nor whether the action was real or staged. I mean, the autopsy would show if there was trauma from all of those things. Just because someone's got a heart problem, it doesn't mean that you didn't induce the heart attack, right? Like, I have heart problems, but you could easily put me under enough stress to induce a heart attack. That would still be your fault, right? So I think they mean like it's registered in Australia, as in like it's also registered in Australia. Like, hang on, let me Control F. Shut up, you. Kick is a live streaming platform registered in Australia. I don't think it's exclusively registered in Australia, but I think it's also registered in Australia. Because they also have a French, it says here that they have their Kick France, like, is a separate entity. So I think they just mean it's also registered in Australia. That's my understanding reading the text anyway. Reminds you of Polymarket? What's Polymarket? Sorry, I'm not down with the kids, guys. Pardon me, I'm having some water. Anyway, yeah, that's why, like, I think watching stuff like this is... Remember when we were watching that video about the guys that were paying to watch cats get tortured on the internet and then like they move on to humans? This is going to the people that were watching this. They were probably, you know, getting some type of sexual gratification from watching that, because people that watch snuff, they get off on like people being tortured and people being hurt. But yeah, they're going to seek out more severe forms of this content, right? Which means they're going to go on the dark web, right? Where they're going to actually pay to have people tortured and murdered, and it's absolutely nuts. People were betting how many houses would burn down during the LA fires, and you could even put a bet on if 9/11 could happen again. Yeah. People have problems, man. People have problems. People are sick. Death tolls in wars, it's so dark. Yeah, people are disgusting. I am surprised. What I mean to say is I'm constantly surprised by how depraved humans can be. Just when I think I've like read the worst accounts or seen the worst accounts of like the most disgusting, vile things humans can do, they always find a way to one-up it. They always find a way to top it, and it's disgusting. But yeah, look at this look how skinny he is. And apparently his mum was begging with the guys that had him captive to like let him go. And they were telling him to tell his mum that like, no, I want to be here, blah, 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 blah. But apparently he had really bad mental health issues too. It's so easy to take like advantage of him. He was probably very naive. He probably thought like it was probably very easy to convince that like they were his friends. He might not have any friends because, you know, sometimes if you have a mental illness, it's hard to make friends. Like I know, I think I've said this before, but one of my siblings developed paranoid schizophrenia after initially having drug-induced psychosis. And when he was taking lots of drugs and he had lots of money for drugs, you know, everyone was his friend. But then when he started having problems, when he started acting weird, when he started acting irrational, when he's lost his mind, all of his friends disappeared, right? Because he was just a weird, smelly guy talking to himself in the middle of the road, like. And, you know, when I had my brother down here, I remember I was walking through Brunswick with him, and everybody was just staring at him and judging him because he was like, you know, he was in his own world and he was talking to himself. And just seeing how people looked at him, it made me so mad. It made me so upset. Like, I actually wanted to, like, yell at them and punch them. Be like, fucking fuck off, dickhead. Like, I don't know. People are so cruel. It just, it's very heartbreaking. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I hope these people are dragged over the coals. But I don't think France is like has very harsh sentences for crimes. So I don't necessarily know that anything will necessarily happen to the guys that were torturing him. But you know, at the very least, I would hope for life sentences in jail, but he had a pre-existing heart condition. Yeah, so all the more reason not to torture him then, dickheads. It's like, oh yeah, we knew he was fragile and we tortured him anyway. That's literally, like, that's a pretty dumb thing for a lawyer to argue, because there I just disproved it. I just said why it's not a mitigating circumstance, but a contributing circumstance. You knew he had a pre-existing heart condition and you subjected him to torture regardless. That actually makes you more culpable because you knew he was fragile. Bam! Should I go? Well, I can't speak French, obviously, from me trying to stumble over those French. La Francois. Moi, moi, moi. Je suis panda. Chan. I don't know. I don't know how to speak French. I know how to say ménage à trois. Ménage à trois. Ménage à trois. The only thing you need to know when you go to France and you want to have a threesome. Ménage à trois. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? I think that's, do you want to sleep with me? I don't know. I think that's all you need to know, isn't it? Omelette du fromage, croissant. I don't know. Anyway, let's see some carjackers get staunched by some random guys in Richmond. We love to see it. Let's go.
Quick-thinking heroes have leapt to the aid of a carjacking victim on one of Richmond's busiest streets. The brave strangers tackled the would-be thief, stopping him from stealing the woman's luxury car.
It's just before 5 p.m. on Swan Street. And local heroes rush to the aid of a woman, targeted as she tries to unload a bike out of the boot of her Mercedes.
I know where you're going, mate. There's a car in front of you.
The would-be thief revs the Merc, trying to speed off. When that fails, he gets out and runs to a waiting getaway car.
Come here.
The heroes from Abbotsford Cycles and other shocked witnesses don't give up, chasing him down.
I wish I had seen this. I love seeing stuff like this. It's so exciting. Ooh. But he did get away. He did get away. I bet there's fake plates on this as well.
Peak hour commotion was so loud, workers from nearby businesses came out to see what was unfolding.
Some people tried to stop the youth, and one of the guys tried to smash the window, but he couldn't.
The man manages to get into his mate's ute before the pair get away.
He's wearing Adidas too. I rock a lot of Adidas when I go to the gym, but I am Slavic and I do like to squat in my Adidas. Plus, remember when Adidas was goth because of Jonathan Davis? Can't remember his name. From Korn used to rock a lot of Adidas. There you go. There you go, guys. You thought I was going to say when I commit crimes. I was going to say that, but I thought some people might not know that I'm joking, so I didn't do that. because I have found that some people don't understand my sense of humor very well, so you know.
The screams were very loud. Plenty of people tried to help her and tried to stop the youth that was picking up the guy, but nobody could do anything.
Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, but more than 24 hours on.
I bet the tram could have stopped them. I bet the tram would have had an easy go of stopping them. Stop!
The manhunt continues to find the wannabe carjacker.
It was just shocking to see that someone was trying to steal the car in a peak hour.
This is not the first time we've seen Good Samaritans step in to...
You wonder if Slavic countries have a big goth scene? Yeah, a lot of them do. From what I understand, a lot of Slavic countries do have a pretty decent goth scene.
Help victims of crime, many fed up with the state's crime crisis and bail laws.
Yeah, very bad, very weak.
Cassie Zervos, 7 News.
They're already depressed, so probably. I mean, yeah, fair point. Fair point. The pub there has a lot of cameras. Sorry, you don't mean to generalize. No, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think all the jokes about Slavic people are funny. I don't get offended. I think, see, the thing is when people make jokes about Australians or people make jokes about Slavics, I just laugh. But I had a TikTok get 30,000 views, which is like probably 100 times more views than any TikTok I've ever made has gotten, because I slightly criticized America and they got so butthurt over it, and they responded it was just so many comments, and it was just all Americans being butthurt. That one's closer to 40K now. Yeah, because they can't. So I think if I just want to go viral, or I do just want to get lots of views, I just will make a video called "Fuck America. America is crap," and I'll just put that up, because then I'll get all these views and all these comments of just Americans saying, "No, you're stupid, you stupid Australian bitch. Why don't you shut up? Oh, you lost a war to an emu or emu," and I'll be like, "Bitch, you can't even say emu. You say emu. So why don't you take your dumb, stupid accent and go die of diabetes, okay?" Sorry. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Not all Americans are bad people. Just the ones that annoy me. Nah. Look, there are good and bad in every population. Some people are good and some people are shit, and that is just the luck of the draw. But yeah, if you can't take any criticism, it probably just means you're a big baby and you have diabetes from eating too many burgers and too many pizzas. You try fighting a war against velociraptors with PTSD riddled disabled diggers. Well, exactly. I don't think people realize how terrifying, how big an emu is and how fast they can run. How fast they can run. They're so incredibly fast, and they're huge. They are basically velociraptors. Do you know what we should do? We should drop some cassowaries off at each American that says, "Oh, you lost a war to the emus. You lost a war to the emus." We'll put a sign around the velociraptor's neck that says it's pronounced emu, bitch, and we'll just leave the cassowary at their house. I said velociraptor instead of cassowary, but cassowaries are velociraptors, okay? Yeah, and don't bring up emus when you can't even say the word emu. How hard is it? Emu. Emu. That's your lesson for today. Thank you. Thank you for coming. But yeah. It was just I mean, there were a lot of Australians in there, being G's. There were a lot of Australians in there being sick cunts, as we would call them in this country. But yeah. There were some Australians that were pandering, and they were like, "I'm Australian and I love Americans." I was like, well, why don't you go there and marry it and get diabetes, okay? I will buy you the ticket. I will drive you to the airport. Off you go. All right. But yeah. Overall, like, that's and get measles. Overall, get rabies, get mad cow disease, eat American beef, no Australian beef for you, you know. See how you like it, see how you go. Do I have a favorite Australian animal? Yes, I do. My favorite Australian animal is unequivocally the wombat. The wombat is the #1 animal in Australia, and anyone who doesn't agree with me should fight me. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Wombat's #1. They crush. Look, there's a wombat. See behind me? There's a wombat on my bed. See the wombat sleeping on my bed? It's a giant wombat. And wombats crush the skulls of their enemies with their bums. So what wombats do when an animal is like trying to get them, a predator, they run into their burrows with their bum sticking out. And then when the animal tries to get its head into the burrow, the wombat starts lifting up his bum and crushing the skull of, like, say it's a dingo or say it's like a fox or something. They'll start crushing the skull of the animal between their bum and like the edge of the burrow, and they'll just crush because they have like plated bums. They have like very thick bums, and they just crush, slam with their bum, booty slam, and that's what you get for trying to eat a wombat. How dare you? And then the wombat just goes, "Yay, I'm going home now, boy," and they just go in their burrows, and you know, they just chill out in there. They twerk their enemies to death. Yes they do, and it's amazing. And wombats are so cute. Let's look at some wombats. I was gonna look at the news, but we'll do that later. Oh my god, who cares? Wombats. Oh, you can't see what I can see. La 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 la.
Throughout Australia's fields and temperate forests lives a fuzzy, chunky little lawnmower. These stout cuties spend their days mowing grass with their continually growing teeth, and their nights snoozing in their burrows.
Look, he's so cute!
I'm getting fine. Oh, he's so heavy. I just got knocked over by a baby wombat.
Oh yeah, where you want to go, Delta? Where you want to go if you go to Tassie? You want to go to Maria Island? That's the best place to see the wombat. It's like a protected island, and it's just full of wombats. Maria Island. It is full of wombats, and they're very cute.
Wombat. These are the heroes of the bushfires, the stealers of hearts, and the knights of the most adorable joust in the world. The wombat.
I love them.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animal Logic. Today, I'm looking for wombats.
Oh, she went to Maria Island. She's going to Maria Island, the place that I just said, because I saw it on the boat.
We just ferried across from Triabunna all the way to Maria Island. Now, this has been reserved as a national park to be untouched by humans. Now it's somewhat of a haven for all kinds of Tasmanian wildlife.
Oh, hello, friend.
This island was at first colonized as a penitentiary, but has since been shut down, and for the past 150 years has been preserved as a national park. Considering this hill behind me is absolutely covered in animal feces of all kinds, I'd say our chances of...
Well, where do you expect the animals to go poo-poo wee-wee? Do you expect them to go poo-poo wee-wee in their pants? They don't have pants. They have to go on the ground. And it's good for the grass. It helps it grow. It's called fertilizer. You should learn about it.
Finding wildlife out here are going to be excellent. Have you ever been so excited?
Delta, imagine if, because I'm sure they do have toilets there for like the tourists and stuff. Imagine if you went to like have a slash and you just saw a wombat in there like squatting over the dunny. How cute would that be? If you just saw a wombat like taking a poo.
Think about poop? I haven't. Well, we're definitely in wombat country. There's a little...
Oh yeah, and the other cool thing about them is that they have cube poops. I don't know if their buttholes are square, but their poos are cubes. And that is amazing. They truly have a magical bum, and we like that.
Mound behind me, full of burrows. And you might assume that these burrows could be any small mammals. But, once again, the poop gives it away. Where there are poop cubes,
yeah, they do have square poops.
there are wombats. I knew I had a good feeling about this. Right over there is the first wombat we've spotted.
I want him.
Wombats are a family of marsupials closely related to koalas. Only found in Australia, there are 3 living species of wombat. The common wombat is the most prolific and are found in southeastern Australia as well as here in Tasmania. The other 2 species are their ugly cousins, the northern and southern hairy-nosed wombat, which are primarily found in Queensland and southern Australia respectively. The hairy-nosed wombat looks like someone had to draw a wombat from memory, but got confused halfway through and drew a possum instead. Wombats are famous for their chill attitudes, spending 3 to 8 hours a day eating. But despite their reputation, in wombat country, things can get pretty spicy. For male wombats, territory is everything, and this male is looking to expand his. The challenging male approaches.
Imagine this fat little cutie walking slowly towards you, but you're also a fat little cutie, so you can't run away. It's like, I'm slowly coming towards you. What say you? I don't know. I'm fat. I have to stay here.
The 2 competitors square off, preparing for an all-out brawl.
Oh wait, they can run. I take that back.
The challenger backs off.
Or does he?
Not for long. The 2 males slam into each other like knights in the joust, or more aptly, like 2 stuffed animals being smashed together. They grapple, each looking for advantage. They snap and claw at one another, using their heavy bodies to try and knock the other to the ground. This is Mortal Wombat.
Mortal Wombat! Fatality! Get over here!
In the end, size is king, and the dominant male stays that way. In a final message of their distaste for one another, they both scrape the ground with their front legs. In the wombat world, this is akin to...
They're not scary at all. They're the cutest little babies. Look at them. Look at them. I think they want me to be their mom. I do. I can sense it. They want me. They want me to come and live there with them and frolic with them forever.
To a death threat. It may be an insult, but it really looks like they're winding up. Wombat combat is serious business. While it may be hard to tell from seeing pictures of wombats, these cuties can be quite large. They can reach up to 1 meter in length and weigh up to 30 kilograms. Even as juveniles, they're quite large, as I soon learned. I feel like a quarterback with the biggest football of all time. It's quite a heavy, sturdy animal. They're actually very muscular, despite how round they might look. And they put that muscle to good use. While they may look pudgy, they can run pretty fast as Usain Bolt, for up to a minute. Wombats are herbivores, and they hoover up everything in front of
Night, pseudomastics. I hope you have a nice sleep.
them, from shrubs to roots to hopefully not monopods. Oh, phew. The food that they eat is a lot of grasses and plants, so it is very low-calorie food. They're not likely to put on much fat, but they are likely to build lots and lots of muscle. This one likes my boot. Oh, you're personalizing them for me, thank you. Huh? Since their diet is made up of vast quantities.
How do I get this lady's job? I need it. I want it. Please. Do I have to get rid of her and wear her skin? Because I am prepared to do that. Lady, I'm sorry. But there can only be one. And it is going to be me.
Of hard plant matter, their teeth are constantly being worn down. And so, wombats have developed rodent-like teeth that never stop growing. You can see these youngsters are having a good chew on this log. And that's because wombats have continuously growing teeth that they need to keep wearing down in order to stay healthy. This is a great example of convergent evolution, as wombats are in no way related to beavers, but they both share the same evolutionary strategy. While it's hard to imagine these wombats ever taking a break from munching away, they can survive several days without eating. They have a very slow metabolism, and it can take them up to 2 weeks to digest a meal. This can be a helpful tool when they're trapped in their burrows, either by a predator or by a bushfire. Wombats are nocturnal, and they don't have great vision, so instead they rely on their big leathery noses.
I too am nocturnal. Oh, that reminds me, I have to get my eyes tested. I'm supposed to get my eyes tested like every 2 years because of this medication I'm on. It can like, I don't know, it does something to your eyes, like it warps your eye lenses or something. I don't know. Anyway, I am overdue for getting my eyes tested. Thank you for reminding me, wombats. I too am nocturnal and have eyes. Thank you.
To find exactly what they're looking for. Low-lying plant matter. Wombats are excellent diggers and come equipped with powerful claws built for digging. Wombats are natural excavators. They've got very powerful claws that they use for burrowing. In fact, they're the largest burrowing marsupial in the world.
Imagine holding a wombat's hand. Imagine just holding their little paw, their little hand, with their little long nails and their little pink beans. Oh my goodness. I want one.
Wombats have powerful front legs and strong claws that help them dig through just about anything. While you might think that when they dig, some dirt would end up in their pouches, they have evolved to have backwards opening pouches, which prevents any dirt from grinding up their joeys. All that digging has led to some pretty impressive burrows. All the holes to the burrows here right behind me are probably all connected underground. They're so poorly maintained by the wombats themselves, they end up sharing that space with a lot of other animals. Nature's architects, the wombat. Wombats were the heroes of the bushfires in Australia this year because it was reported that they were sharing their burrows with so many species of animals. But that's not quite the right word for it. You could say that a lot of animals were squatting in their burrows during the fires. That would be a little more accurate. Their burrows are massive and can be up to 20 meters long and can have over 15 entrances. A lot of different entrances lead down to the same shared pathways. So they have a little underground network where a lot of animals could cram in if necessary. So intentional sharing or not, good job, little guys. You helped everyone. Wombats usually live in the same burrow their entire lives, unless they're forced to leave it. Several wombats can live in the...
Oh my god, do you remember that dumb American bitch that stole the wombat joey from the mum and the mum was screaming and running after her? Let's make another TikTok hating Americans. Who's with me? I'm gonna do it now. Ready? Let's get mad. Let's make this go viral too. I'll say, be like, hey bitch, come and fight me. Even Albo told her to get effed. Albo was like, why don't you try and take a baby crocodile of its mother and see what happens? See how brave you are then, lady. And that is correct. I'm angry at you, dumb American. And she is like an Instagram thought too, and she wasn't even hot. Like, why are you torturing me with your 4 out of 10 face? Like, total prawn. And for people that don't know what a prawn is, it's when like you know how like you always rip the head off a prawn before you eat the delicious body? That's what a prawn is. Okay? I didn't invent it. It's what the boys at my high school used to say about chicks that had a nice body but not a nice face. Because they are misogynist. But that lady deserves it because she is evil. What a dog. Look at her. Look at this butt. Is that what they call them? Butterfaces? I don't know. And why is she wearing that dress? It's so ugly. Nice dress. Did you get it from Supre? Oh my God. Ugly.
Disturbing footage has emerged of an American tourist stealing a wombat joey from its mother. The video, which has since been deleted from social media, shows the woman walking away with the baby while the mother runs after her. And a warning, some people will find this video distressing.
Caught a baby wombat.
Who's the Australian guy that's with her? Because he should go to jail. We should take his Australian citizen off him, and he can go live with his not even a 3 out of 10. Like, for an American, she's probably like an 8, but by Australian standards, she's like a 1. Let's be honest. He should have to go live with her. What a stupid dickhead. Yeah, hilarious.
Look at the mother. It's like, oh, it's chasing after her.
I got a baby wombat.
Look at the state of this thing. Look at the state of this thing. I'm not talking about the wombat, obviously. The wombat's beautiful and cute and beautiful. But look at the state of this thing. She looks like she's been smoking meth. She hasn't washed her hair in like 5 years. That dress is like, that looks like my nan's tablecloth. Like, what the fuck are you wearing? Committing crimes against fashion and also crimes against wombats. Straight to fucking jail, love.
Okay,
He's so scared. The mum's so scared and upset, and the baby's so scared. I wish no, I can't say that on the internet. I'll lose my Twitch account. But let's just say if me and Miss Prawn Face ever come face to face, she's gonna find out. She's gonna get some Western Sydney hospitality. Let's just say that.
On this, we're joined now by the head of campaigns at World Animal Protection, Suzanne Milford. Thank you very much for your time today. This is sickening behaviour. It's really distressing to look at that video. It was just to get a photo with a baby wombat. Is this sort of behaviour illegal?
Well,
yes.
Not only is stealing a screaming baby wombat from its mother simply appalling, but it very well may be illegal under state or even national law. And World Animal Protection is calling on the Australian government to investigate, and if it is found that she has broken laws, to apply maximum penalties for this outrageous behaviour.
What kind of distress would the mother wombat have been in?
Well, Aussies are quite rightly outraged by this video. You can see from the video how distressed the mother is chasing after its baby, and you can hear the baby making those cries of distress. This is quite simply cruelty for the sake of cheap content.
Yeah. The woman did...
Cheap lady and a cheap man making cheap content. Yes, it all fits. Disgusting behavior. Dude, like, look at her. Like, wash your hair, you disgusting freak. Like, why does that baby wombat have to have, like, has to be submitted to your disgusting dress that looks like, I don't know, it looks like an old lady's tablecloth. It's disgusting.
Release the baby back to its mother. Is there concern for like the animals reconnecting after an incident like this or anything like that?
Well, any disturbance to a wild animal's natural behaviour can bring about...
Why do all these like fours always pose like they're sexy in front of the camera? What? Why? I just don't understand the narcissism behind these people. Like, look, I'm so sexy. Everybody look at me. Oh, I'm in Australia. Look, it's a cockatoo. Yeah, bitch, I've never seen a fucking cockatoo. What are you talking about? They freaking destroy everything. They freaking destroyed my fence. What are you talking about? Like, they're like rats. They're everywhere.
All sorts of consequences. They could be physical, as the baby was being picked up and pulled away. It could be psychological. And unfortunately, we don't know what state that baby and mother are.
Well, the mum ran away into the bush, so the likelihood that the baby caught up to her is pretty slim. And wombats need to be with their mums until they're 2 years old. Once they're 2 years old, they get weaned off the milk because they start they have like a terrible twos, like toddlers. So they start like getting cranky and they start acting like teenagers when they get to 2 years old. But that wombat was so young that it probably wasn't weaned yet. It was probably out of the pouch full time, but it definitely would still need its mummy, and it definitely would still need its mummy's milk. I just want to do violent things to that ugly American woman. What a foul, disgusting woman. And once again, it's a case of like the face matching the personality. Ugly face, ugly soul.
We're in now.
Oh, it's devastating. For anyone else who might have the urge to pick up, any kind of native wildlife for the sake of a photo, what is your advice?
Simply don't. Absolutely. We're asking all travellers and Australians to give our iconic native wildlife the respect it deserves. They're best loved from a distance.
If anyone does see a baby wombat or something distressed like this, what should they do? For instance, if someone had come along and seen that, could they have called for assistance and got someone to help?
Absolutely. In the case where you suspect any imminent animal cruelty, always contact the police. But if you come across injured wildlife, the best place to go is Wires or your local animal authority.
Yeah, the only time I've ever picked up a native animal was when I've rung Wires and they've told me to pick up the animal and wrap it in a towel. So I've done that with some king parrots that had bird flu. I did wrap them up, and then the Wires carer came and got them from me. And the only other time is me and my friend found a possum that was injured, and we rang Wires and they told us what vet to take it to. So we took it to the vet because I think the possum got hit by a car or something, but it was alive, and we took it to the vet. So that they told us to take it to. We wrapped it in just a hoodie that was in the back of my car. But yeah, you don't just go, especially healthy animals, you don't just go around grabbing them like freaking psycho. What a demented human being. Freaking stay out of our country, you psycho. You're not fucking Crocodile Dundee, fucking Steve Irwin or whatever the fuck. Fuck off.
Suzanne Milford, thank you very much for your time.
Disgusting behavior. All right, let's go back to the wombats.
The same burrow, provided it's large enough. These burrows make effective hideouts from predators, but a burrow with an open door does not a safe house make. And so, wombats have developed their own version of blast doors. They're butts.
Aww.
You can see how flat his pelvis is and curved down. That's because they have a cartilage plate that covers their entire pelvis. It kind of acts as a shield because it's almost an inch thick of cartilage.
Killer booty.
To escape predation, they'll dig in.
Wombats have killer booties. So relatable, guys. So relatable.
And leave their butt hanging out. Their butt is so well protected that nothing can really get through that. Even a Tassie devil would have a hard time pulling it out by that big cartilage plate. Now, wombats have a single coat of fur. This helps them with their burrowing behavior because whatever dirt and sand gets stuck in there becomes easier to shake off and it doesn't get trapped under that fur quite so much. It's thick and wiry, but also quite soft. It also helps them with regulating their temperature, both dissipating and holding on to heat when they need it. Their coloring also helps them camouflage in the dense foliage, making it hard for predators to spot them. Probably the most famous thing about wombats is what they leave behind, their poo. Their poo is unique in the animal kingdom because it's cubed. That's right, wombats have cubed poo. This is an interesting communication strategy, as it allows them to stack their poo to mark their territory without fear of their unique...
Look, my boys have been eating lots of fiber. That's what we like to see. We like to see lots of lots of fiber.
Droppings rolling away. Whether you can use them to roll a critical is still to be determined. Eating as much as they do, wombats can poop up to 100 cubes a day. Yet despite this prolific contribution to science, the mechanics behind its production is still a mystery to us. Scientists have discovered that their poo only solidifies in the last bit of their intestine.
Oh.
Their intestines contain parts that are stretchy and parts that are solid, but how it all comes together to produce cubes is still unknown. Scientists and engineers are still looking at the problem because
It's square buttholes. They got square buttholes. That's what I think. Oh.
Because it's a novel way of making cubes, which could potentially be applied in production chains around the world. When wombats aren't eating, fighting, or pooping, they'll be mating. Mating can happen at any time throughout the year, though it's most common during the rainy season.
He was scratching his bum on that stick. How cute. He's got an itchy bum.
Unlike many other species of marsupials,
Not
which give
these
birth to
dudes.
multiple joeys that need to compete to survive, wombats only give birth to one single joey. Born about the size of one of their poop cubes, it won't be for another 6 months until they're ready to leave the pouch.
Oh.
Once they start...
Look how cute he is. I love him so much. Oh, look at his little feet. Look at them. Look at his little nose. I need
Start growing
him.
hair, they go from very alien looking to incredibly cute. By 15 months, they'll be fully weaned and ready to fend for themselves, though they will stick close to mum for another few months, as it's dangerous to go alone. These ones here are only about 12 months old. Now, in the wild, baby wombats would stay with their mother for up to 20 months. There would only be one joey per mother for about every 2 years. So a mother wombat would spend a lot of energy and time raising just one young. Scientists are still confirming this, but it's common knowledge that baby wombats are scientifically the cutest things in the world. Because of how much time is expended raising just one joey, it's actually very difficult to recover their population if it were to decline. While the common wombat is thriving across southeastern Australia and Tasmania, its cousins aren't having nearly as much success. The northern hairy-nosed wombat is critically endangered, with only 80 mature adults left in the wild, living in a single colony in Queensland. The southern hairy-nosed wombat is faring better than their northern brethren, but are listed as near threatened. Fortunately, due to conservation efforts and protection from invasive species, the northern hairy-nosed wombats have been steadily increasing in numbers, and they are now at their largest population size since European colonization. With any luck, this trend will continue, and all 3 species of wombat will be...
Save the wombat. They're so cute. I love them. I love them so much.
...begin to thrive. For the world needs more chunky, fuzzy lawnmowers with a serious attitude. Or at least, I do.
I'm small and I have an attitude problem. Does that count? Oh. him. Look at him. He's so cute. Yay. Alright, I guess we should look at some news. Poo sticks. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, misleading. I hope it's nice where you are. I think it would be really early in the USA. Like, what is it like? I don't know. I can't even guess. I can't even guess what time it would be.
Australia's relationship with Israel has sunk to a brutal new...
What's my favourite Australian snack? Like Australian foods that I eat all the time. I have Vegemite toast a lot. I wouldn't say it's my favourite Australian snack, but it's definitely like probably the Australian thing I eat the most. Just because I'm nauseous a lot and sometimes I can't keep down food, and the only thing that I can kind of keep down or even be interested in eating is just like a buttery slice of Vegemite toast. It's nice. I really like the cheese and Vegemite shapes. I just think I just really like Vegemite. I like cheese and Vegemite toasty. A cheese and Vegemite toasty or a cheese and Vegemite jaffle is good. I don't have a jaffle maker at the moment though. But they're like $10. You can get one for like $10 from Kmart, so it's not like a big deal. I love meat pies. Australian. I'm trying to think what I eat that is exclusively Australian. I don't know. Can't. I mean, I'm sure there's heaps of stuff that I eat all the time that's Australian, but yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, Vegemite's probably the main thing that I like have, you know, regularly, I would say.
Low after a searing personal attack unleashed by Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel's PM taking direct aim at ours, blasting Anthony Albanese as...
Okay, so Australia and Israel are at odds over Palestinian recognition. Snacks are not very yummy in the USA. You usually find sweets as the snack. You prefer something easy on the stomach. Yeah, I agree with that too. I usually like try and snack on like savory, healthy things if I can. But lately I've just been focusing on eating as much protein as I can because I've been going back to the gym, so I'm trying to prioritize hypertrophy, get those musculuses growing, my muscles. So I can become strong and crush my enemies.
Australia's relationship with Israel has sunk to a brutal new low after a searing personal attack unleashed by Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel's PM taking direct aim at ours, blasting Anthony Albanese as weak. Political reporter Isabel Mullen is in Canberra.
Good afternoon.
No one cares what you think, BB. BB's like this nerd that doesn't realize that nobody likes him. Nobody likes you. You have to go eat lunch all by yourself. You have no friends. You're Nigel.
Well, this was a blistering attack from Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, taking to social media to air his frustrations with Anthony Albanese, writing online that history will remember Albanese for what he is, a weak politician who betrayed Israel and abandoned.
Hello, Omar. Good to see you. No, history will remember that Anthony Albanese stood up against a genocide, but he did it too late. He did it almost 2 years after it started, when he should have come out as soon as it was clear what was going on. That's how history will remember it. You, however, sir, you bugger evil. I don't even know. There aren't even words in the English language that really can describe like how villainous this dickhead is. He's such a dickhead. I'm just gonna be an Aussie and just call him a fuckwit, because I think I think that sums it up. He's just a massive fuckwit. Just a massive fuckwit.
And Australia's Jews. This comes after our federal government announced that it would formally recognise.
Yeah, I am feeling a bit better, Omar. Thank you. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm getting better.
A sovereign state of Palestine at the UN General Assembly in New York later this year. The Prime Minister weighing in on the attack earlier today.
I don't take these things personally. Diplomatically, he's had similar things to say about other leaders.
Strength is not measured by how many people you can blow up or how many children you can leave hungry.
The Prime Minister...
Dude, did you just hear that? Did you just hear what Tony Burke said? Dude, that was so based. That was so based. Let's listen to that again. Holy shit. That's kind of hot. Do I have a crush on Tony Burke now? I don't know, maybe. Damn, son. Let's go. All right, let's listen to that again. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Damn.
Is not measured.
Gotta get it to the beginning.
Strength is not measured by how many people you can blow up or how many children you can leave hungry.
The Prime
Strength is not measured by how many people you can blow up or how many children you can leave hungry. Damn, that's hot. That's hot. Ooh, yeah, take that, BB. Ooh. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Good for you. You tell them, Tony. You tell them.
The Minister needs to explain how he is going to get this relationship that he has so badly mismanaged back on track.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Why do we want to be friends with evil countries? Why would we want to be friends with evil countries? Why do we need to have a relationship with Israel? It's not like, you know, they're holding up our economy or anything. Like, there's literally no reason for us to be friends with them other than that they're a theocracy and like the mother country to a religious minority in our country, a religious minority that happens to be a big donor to the Liberal Party. So that's probably why Miss Suzanne with 2 S's cares so much.
Who also frustrated after the federal government denied the visa of a far-right Israeli MP, Simcha Rothman.
Again, the soul is radiating through the face. Look at him. Look at his monstrous deformed cranium. Should we bring back phrenology? Look at his head. No offense, you don't watch this stuff. Oh, okay, misleading. We do the spooky stuff on the weekend if you want to watch the spooky stuff. But we do news sometimes during the weekday. But that's cool if you're not interested. See you, misleading. Have a good morning. I hope you have a good day.
Who is known for his extreme views, once famously saying that the children of Gaza are, quote, our enemies. Now, the Israeli government responded. It revoked the visa of Australian diplomats that had been working there on the West Bank. Rothman had been about to embark on a speaking tour here in Australia.
If you teach a child or an adult from age 0 that he should kill all Jews, it's dangerous for Jews.
Israel's Prime Minister has launched similar attacks on leaders from the United Kingdom, Canada and France when they also announced that they would be formally recognising the state of Palestine.
Damn, that was a nice clap back from our boy Tony. Damn, we like to see it. They revoked a visa to Palestine, which they have full control over the border of. Yeah, they do. It's messed up. Alright, reaction to Netanyahu's criticism shows ground has shifted under Israel.
How much the ground has shifted under the Netanyahu government, I think, because the reaction in Australia, apart from the opposition, has generally been just to push back against what has been said as being unhelpful on the part of the Israeli Prime Minister. And notably, the Council of Australian Jury have basically said that these comments are very unhelpful. Now, I'm told that that there was some concern within the Jewish community about the possibility of this far-right politician coming to Australia because they were concerned that it would actually escalate attacks against the Jewish community. Now, I think the comments from Alex Rivkin today sort of have to be seen in that context. So I think it is true that Benjamin Netanyahu has become very isolated. He's attacked other countries that have said that they would recognise Palestinian statehood, and he does not have that sort of authority on the world stage that he once had. I don't know if he'd say it's a...
He has absolutely no moral high ground to stand on. He's in a moral canyon, some might say. He is in a moral canyon. I don't know if that's a thing. I just coined it, and it's my thing now. And if anyone steals it, I am suing them for copyright. So please keep that in mind.
Gift to the Prime Minister, but it's certainly not something that is going to worry the Albanese government.
The timing of these comments, though, is interesting, isn't it? In that they come after the decision by the Australian PM to revoke the visa of that far-right Israeli MP, and not after Australia's move to recognise Palestinian statehood.
No, it's really interesting, and there is a bit of a ramping up because, of course,
She looks like she's crushed a few blokes' skulls between her legs. I wouldn't mess with her. I don't know. She's got that look in her eyes, man.
Saw them sort of revoke the credentials of Australian representation to the Palestinian Authority, which seemed to be the response to the statehood thing. But that was relatively slow in coming. And there were those comments earlier on from the Israeli Prime Minister about Australia walking in with other countries into this rabbit trap, or I think the rabbit hole was the term he used, of statehood. But to sort of specifically single out our Prime Minister does seem to be very much related to this cancellation of the visas.
You say that Benjamin Netanyahu has reacted also to other countries' leaders who are moving to recognise a Palestinian state. Have those comments been as aggressive?
No, they've not been as personal. They've been more in the sort of terms of disappointment and suggesting that these people have been misled or whatever. But the sort of viciousness of the language towards Prime Minister Albanese is another step.
On to another issue then. Israel is studying a proposed ceasefire agreement. Hamas has accepted it, but Israeli officials have concerns over the hostages. What's the latest on that?
Well, the latest seems to be that technically the Israeli cabinet is considering this ceasefire proposal and will respond later in the week. But we've had comments from the Prime Minister's spokesman and from other figures in the government saying that it was not acceptable, that there'd be only a release of some of the Israeli hostages. They want all the hostages released. Now, we seem to be in this trap where one side will sort of say that they accept the ceasefire conditions and the other one won't. It's very hard to see why Hamas would agree to release all the hostages when it's one of the few bargaining chips they've got, if you like. So I can't see that Israel will accept the proposal as it currently is, which is for the release of 10 living hostages and a number of dead hostages. So we've got to wait an official position, but of course this will also be when the cabinet is finalising the plans for its attack on Gaza City. So, it's not looking great.
Oh, I'm out of water. Oh no, I'm thirsty. Bruce Lerman is that how you say his name? Who cares? He doesn't deserve a respect. Bruce Lerman's logic questioned in appeal against a defamation ruling. Oh yeah, that's right. He went after the papers for calling him R-word, even though he's lucky that there was a mistrial and he could have possibly been convicted of being an R-word, but there we go.
This video contains content that may be confronting.
Uh-oh. Hide your
wife. The most damaged man in Australia.
Kids.
That was the assessment of Bruce Lehrmann's lawyer as the appeal into the findings against him kicked off this morning. Mr. Lehrmann maintains...
Well, he's certainly not missed any meals, has he? Mr. Pudgy Man.
He's innocent, saying he did not rape Brittany Higgins after a night out drinking with colleagues. Today, his lawyer outlined 4 grounds of appeal, including that he was denied procedural fairness because the ruling was different to the case put by 10. It was pleaded as a violent rape, when His Honour found it was a non-violent rape. 10's lawyer Matthew Collins told the court it was an astonishing claim.
Please, they said I was a mean rapist, but I'm a nice rapist. How dare they? They defamed me. I didn't even hit her. What are you talking about? Like, is that the defense? What the fuck, bro?
Rooted in historical misconceptions.
What's the case? So Brittany Higgins and Bruce Lehrmann both used to be staffers for in Scott Morrison's cabinet. They both used to be staffers for Linda Reynolds, who was Minister for Defence at the time. So they went out for, the staffers went out for drinks in Canberra. I don't remember the names of the pub off the top of my head. So they went to drink. And like I said, Brittany Higgins and Bruce Lehrmann both worked for Linda Reynolds. And then for some reason, nobody really knows why, Brittany Higgins and Bruce Lehrmann both went to Parliament House after hours together. She was really, really, really drunk. You can see in the CCTV, like she's completely off chops. And he sort of like helps her get through the security and takes her to Linda Reynolds' office where they both work. So they've obviously got the security pass to get in there. And then I have to say it's alleged because technically he wasn't convicted because there was a mistrial because of a juror misconduct, essentially. But it is alleged that he R-worded her. I guess they've already said the word raped, so I'll just say the word raped, that he raped her. And then he sued Channel 10 for defamation for calling him a rapist. And he lost that defamation trial, and now he's appealing the loss. So this is a civil case, which is a balance of probabilities, not beyond reasonable doubt. But yeah, it seems to be the crux of his issue is that he was portrayed as a violent rapist when he wasn't a violent rapist. He just gets girls so drunk that they can't even walk without assistance. And, that apparently mitigates the issues.
And urged the court to reject the appeal. That he's not a man with any reputation in respect of sexual morality that would warrant compensation. Ms Wilkinson's lawyer, Sue Chrysanthou, also rejected the idea, saying there was no substantial difference between the judge's findings and imputations of the project episode in 2021. She said the evidence showed Mr Lehrmann knew Ms Higgins was drunk and he encouraged her to drink. A young man who knows that a young woman is very drunk knows that she can't consent in this day and age. Ms Chrysanthou also mounted a spirited defence of Ms Wilkinson, asking the court to reassess criticism of her client, saying the judge ignored the proper context of the interview. Not just public interest, extreme public interest of the most serious kind in the context of what occurred that day, not referred to at all in His Honour's reasons. Mr Lehrmann sat at the bar table today beside his lawyer Zali Burrows, who told the court he'd been unable to afford a barrister. The court
Oh, poor little Brucey's broke. He can't get any more cushy jobs with his liberal mates because he's too toxic even for them. Oh, poor little Brucey. Apparently he was like living in Tasmania as a nanny, like as a male nanny taking care of like some rich people's kids because he got arrested for stealing someone's car. I don't know what's with this guy. He's like, he needs help.
Considering a number of issues, including whether to increase the $20,000 in compensation.
Oh, is this too much? Is this too much legal talk? If it is, I'll, am I able to interpret that legalese? What part did you not understand? So, like, not to be a dickhead, but yeah. I'm so sorry. No, like the segment, you don't understand it. So, Bruce Lehrman is appealing, he sued Channel 10 for defamation because they called him a racist. Like Lisa Wilkinson did an interview with the last 30 seconds of the judge's quotes. Okay, I'll go back and listen again.
Whether to increase the $20,000, including whether considering a barrister. The court he'd been unable to his lawyers at the bar table occurred that day, not referred to at all.
So this is Lisa Wilkinson, so essentially Channel 10, because she was interviewing, I think for The Project, I believe, a TV show on Channel 10 called The Project at the time. So Sue Chrysanthou is saying that the judge, you know, whilst finding in her favour, still made scathing remarks about her, but she says, like, obviously, you know, a sexual assault in the Houses of Parliament is like very, very, very serious, and so it's extreme public interest of the most serious kind, because most people would agree, besides murder, you know, R-word is like the worst thing you can probably do to a person. And so she's saying in this kind of context, His Honour should have taken that into account, and that, you know, his criticisms of Lisa Wilkinson were like unfounded, because although obviously the judge did find in the initial trial in Lisa Wilkinson's favor, he did obviously have some scathing comments for her. Like, he reprimanded her, even though, you know, she kind of skated away, one would say.
His reasons. Mr. Lehrman sat at the bar table today beside his lawyer Zali Burrows, who told the court he'd been unable to afford a barrister. The court is considering a number of issues, including whether to increase the $20,000 in compensation nominated by Justice Michael Lee should Mr. Lehrman be found to have been defamed. The hearing will continue tomorrow. Elizabeth Byrne, ABC News.
So essentially, he lost the defamation case and he's suing Channel 10. So he's appealing and saying, no, Channel 10 did defame me, and he's doubling down. But he essentially has no money. So I don't know. I guess he's already bankrupt, so he's just going for gold, is what it seems like. But yeah, if it seems like nobody's really interested in news today. So that's all right. We don't have to watch news. We'll play some games then. We will play some games. It seems like everybody is over news, and that's fine. We don't have to watch it. Let's play Scrandle. Play daily. Chili chicken wrap or lamb Rogan Josh with chips. Oh, I'm gonna go for the lamb Rogan Josh personally. This looks kind of sad, this wrap. I should move out of the way. Oh, there you go. Some chips, some Rogan Josh. Rogan Josh is nice. It's nice. Roast potatoes or spicy sausage? I do love roast spuds, to be honest. They're like the same price. Roast potatoes are so good though. Oh my god. There's the hot dog. Oh. There we go. Now you can see them. I did put some new things in my OBS for the game, so I'm like not standing in front of the food. But then I forgot about it because I was gonna say I'm blonde, but I'm not blonde. I have had dyed blonde hair before, but you know, we do what we can. We're trying to up the production value around here, okay? We're trying to be professional streamers. Yeah. So whatever you reckon, spuds or spicy sausage? Roast potato. May I have some roast potato and gravy? Nom 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 nom. Then we'll go for the sausage then. Yeah. Fried chicken in a cone or short rib poutine. I don't know. I love fried chicken. I love fried chicken. Ricochet says the dog. Doggy dog. It was the dog. It was indeed the dog. Short rib poutine. Fried chicken in a cone. I don't know. I'm gonna go for this just because it has chips. Yeah. Boneless chicken bites or chips and schnitzel nuggies. This one looks better, to be honest. Saibi? I don't know. With chips, cabbage and a bread roll. Or butter chicken tikka and rice. This is in Australia. No, we lost. A smash burger for $6.50 or pork chips, stuffing and gravy for £8. I think the burger. Yeah. They're Albania kebab, you think? Yeah, it did look very kind of Turkish, to be honest. Chicken wings and rice or pepperoni pizza. That chicken wing looks like it's not okay. I'm gonna go for the pizza. It looks like it's seen some things. That chicken wing looks like it's been through things. Is anyone still around? My chat is moving so slow. Everyone left because I talked about the news. Maybe I shouldn't talk about the news anymore. Cheesy bacon fries or sausage and a beer? Oh, I do like beer. Cheesy bacon fries. It's like bright yellow American cheese. I don't know. How does the YouTube go? I think it's the YouTube is a bit far behind because Ricochet seems to be out of the sync where we are. We're gonna go for the sausage and beer. Alright, let's go for the sausage and beer. No, we were wrong. America wants diabetes. Diabetes. Crispy pork belly or double burger and chips? Double burger and chips, as much as we... Yeah. That's chips. You always need chips. Otherwise you're like, oh, what's the point? Cheesy nachos, but it's not even melted. It's just like... It's literally just corn chips with like... Just cheese. It hasn't even been like put under the grill or anything. What the heck? Build it burger. Yes. Yeah, that looks like something a toddler would bring you and be like, look, I cooked for you. And you're like, thank you, special needs child. Food guesser. Daily. Flour, halloumi, cheese, eggs, mint, yeast, sugar, milk, sesame seeds, raisins, malepi, mastic, butter optional. This is a traditional Easter bread prepared with a unique blend of ingredients, including soft and hard cheeses, raisins, and mint. It might be Greek. It might be Greek. Given that it's for Easter, thinking of countries in that region that are Orthodox or Christian. Well, Christians are Orthodox, you know what I mean. Types of Christians. So I'm thinking because of the halloumi and the mint, I'm thinking this might be Greek. What do people think? Should I try Greece? What do you think? I have way more views on my YouTube. It's fun and people like hearing my stories. Yeah, but do you still think I should cover news? Because it seemed like a lot of people A lot of people are like, no, stop. Stop right now. Thank you very much. The Spice Girls. Oh, does everyone know why Jerry Ginger Spice left the Spice Girls? I found this out last year and it rocked my world. Apparently, Mel B, aka Scary Spice, and Ginger Spice, aka Jerry Halliwell, were scissoring each other, and they were having like a full-on, like, yeah, they were lovers. They were lovers, and then something happened. I don't know. I guess like, you know, there was trouble in paradise, and yeah, so Jerry left the band. I guess she couldn't handle seeing her lady love moving on, and yeah, she left the band. Dude, that blew my mind. I was like, I was on the group chat with the girls being like, guys, you need to know this. You need to know this important piece of information. I cannot go on. But yeah, what do we think? What do we think about this? I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe Greece or Armenia or something. I'm thinking like Greece or Armenia because this is for Easter and it has halloumi. Halloumi, cheese, eggs, mint, yeast, sugar, milk, sesame seeds, raisin, malepi, mastic optional, butter optional. I'm feeling like it's gotta be somewhere like Middle Eastern adjacent, right? I don't know. I just feel like the halloumi's like giving... Greece is a great first guess. Yeah, let's try Greece. Greece is warm. Which direction? I don't understand what the compass is doing. It's either northeast or southeast. Or south. Might be pointing south. Can I move out of the way so you can see it? Nah, I got a big screen. Hang on, let me... That didn't work. Nah, you can't see it. I don't know, it's going, it's the compass arrow is going up to northeast and then it's going down to south. So I don't know which one. But I think it's south. I think it's... Yeah, I haven't used a compass in like a million years, so I don't remember how they work. Cyprus? Cyprus is a funny one because it's kind of disputed, right? It's kind of disputed territory. Could it be, I'm thinking maybe like Albania's probably not. There's still Christians in Albania though. I'm thinking it could be like Macedonia or whatever. Like I'm not entirely sure that we're pointing south. We might be pointing northeast or southeast. I can't tell. Oh wait, you can see it. I just moved and you could see it. Can you see it? Can you see what it's doing? It's going boing, 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 boing. Boing. But I feel like it would show borders or it would classify because it's kind of like one part of Cyprus is considered Turkey and then one part of Cyprus is considered Greece, if I'm not mistaken, or like it's sort of disputed. I don't know. I know it's like a complicated history. If you can see the compass, let me know which way it's actually pointing, because I'm dumb. It's probably on the west bank of the Black Sea. So, Ukraine? Is Odessa on the west bank of the... I don't know, do they have halloumi? I don't know, it's just giving like very Middle Eastern or like very Mediterranean to me. Bulgaria? I mean, it could be Bulgaria. Bulgaria is, maybe Romania or Albania. Well, Romania is, it could be Romania. It could be Bulgaria. Let's try Romania or Bulgaria. Bulgaria is also warm. But we want to go south. I don't think it's Turkey because it says that it's served at Easter, and I just think that it wouldn't. Oh, hang on, we've got a name. Flauna. You go for Egypt or Lebanon from there, you think? I mean, probably go for Lebanon then, because until recently, Lebanon was a majority. I said Armenia ages ago. I said Greece or Armenia. Those were my first two guesses. You can go back and listen. Okay, I did say Armenia. I'm going to try Armenia. Because that is a Christian country. That's one of the oldest Christian countries in the world. Nah, we're still wrong. Well, now it wants us to go west. Now it wants us to go west of Armenia. Could it be Macedonia? I don't have a map in front of me. I'm just throwing out countries that I think it could be. Macedonia, Albania, Romania. You were thinking Egyptian. Well, I guess there are Coptic Orthodox in Egypt. I guess there are Coptic Orthodox in Egypt, so they would celebrate Orthodox Easter. Now, Macedonia is north of Greece. Oh, yeah, it is. Of course it is. We're just pointing towards Egypt or Ethiopia. Oh, they're both good guesses. Let's try Egypt. Egypt is hot. We're getting hot in here, so hot. Ethiopia? Cyprus! Dude, I should have listened to you, Hyperbovian. You said Cyprus. I was confused about Cyprus because I didn't know, like, what country it was considered a part of, right? Because isn't there a fight over Cyprus with Greece and Turkey? Aren't they, like, fighting over it? I don't know. That's what I thought. Beef, kimchi, soy sauce, garlic, green onion, sesame oil, salt, black pepper, gochugaru, soybean sprouts, cooked noodles, water, radish, eggs, seaweed. This is Korean. I think this is what's it called? Gomatang? Gogi Guksu. grape must, flour, sugar, olive oil, baking powder, cinnamon, cloves, orange juice, optional walnuts, optional raisins, optional sesame seeds, optional honey. This dish is a delightful treat featuring grape must as a key ingredient, infusing a rich, fruity flavor. They are spiced with cinnamon, cloves, and occasionally a hint of orange zest. I don't know, I feel like these could be French. Honey, grape, must, orange biscuits. Last time we had something with must in it, I think it was French. Should we try France? Try France, we'll try Italy, we'll try wine places. France is warm. It was South African? Oh. Well, saying France is warm. Where are our South African friends lately? They've abandoned us. Moving is trying to be general. Prob's working. It's mid-morning for them. Yeah, true. That's probably it. Probably doing their jobs like good employees. I'm gonna try Italy. Italy is hot. Could it be Austria? If it's pointing south, it's Austria, right? Nope. Wrong. Wrong again. Oh, we got a name. Colora. Most Greek name out? Well, I'll try Greece then. Sorry, I didn't grow up in Melbourne, okay? I don't know every Greek thing. What was the name again? I'm gonna say this wrong. Mustakoloura. Musaka. Let's just call it Musaka. I know how to say Musaka. There you go. Well, this is the lowest score I ever got because I didn't listen to Hyperbovian when he said Cyprus because I didn't know. I didn't know if Cyprus was like, I didn't know what the official world stance on Cyprus was. What do we recognize it as? I guess we just recognize it as its own place. There you go. Learn something new every day. Excuse me, Food Guesser, what maps do you recognize? Yeah. Do they recognize Palestine? Well, I'm going to write to Food Guesser and say, Food Guesser, do you recognize Palestine? Semolina, flour, yeast, water, salt, olive oil, optional butter, optional honey. I feel like this could be Italian. To make this dish, roast barley flour until golden, combine it with olive oil and water, mixing to form a dough. Shape the dough into small bits and flatten them. Grill or bake until they develop a crispy exterior. I'm gonna try Italy. Italy is warm. And we want to go west. Go west, let's say peaceful there. Or do we want to go south? Maybe we want to go south. Could be Spain. It borders Spain. It borders Spain. So I'm gonna go with Portugal. No. Tickle Bobbin. Tickle Bobbin. Maybe it is Malta. Yeah, GeoGuessr would count Morocco and Spain as bordering each other because they're across the sea from each other. So I would assume that they share a maritime border. Casablanca means white house, I think, white city or something in Spain. That's a city in Morocco. It has a Spanish name because they colonized there. Let's try Morocco. There you go. We could have had Western Sahara, Morocco, Libya, Tunisia, or Algeria. Ooh, this looks nice. Rice noodles, pork belly, ground pork, garlic, shallots, fish sauce, sugar, pepper, lemongrass, sugar, vinegar, lime water, lettuce, coriander, mint, perilla, cucumber, pickled carrots, pickled daikon, dipping sauce, fish sauce, water sauce, sugar, lime. This has to be Vietnamese, right? I reckon this is pho. Oh no. This dish involves grilling seasoned pork patties and slices over charcoal. The pork is then served with a flavorful dipping sauce made from fish sauce, vinegar, sugar, and lime juice. Alongside the meat, rice, noodles, and fresh herbs such as mint and coriander are provided. Diners combine the components in their own bowls, dipping the noodles and herbs into the sauce before eating. It is Vietnamese. I'm going to try Vietnam. Yeah. Well, I was correct, but it wasn't the dish that I thought it was. Initially, I saw the ingredients and I was like, ooh. Flour, eggs, milk, salt, nutmeg, butter, cheese, onions, pepper, parsley. I feel like this is American. I feel like this is macaroni and cheese. Nope. I was wrong. Okay, well, I'm not allowed to make any more decisions. A classic Vietnamese dish originating from Hanoi. Oh, thank you for the information. Lakika? Sorry, I'm too dyslexic for life. It could be French. Oh, it's spätzle. Press the dough through a spätzle maker. That means it's German, right? Is it German? Oh, if I hadn't read the next sentence, I would have known. Just say laser? Alright, I will just say laser. It's spätzle or spätzle, depending how you say it. I say spätzle. Lamb, onions, tomato, green peppers, garlic, butter, black pepper, salt, paprika, thyme, oregano, parsley, olive oil, potatoes, eggplants, carrots, zucchini. I feel like this is going to be Greek. This dish features tender marinated pieces of lamb cooked with vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and onions. The mixture is seasoned with garlic and spices, then wrapped in parchment paper and baked, which allows the flours to melt and the meat to become flavorful and juicy. The paper wrapping is opened just before serving. Oh, it's a spice bag. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Greek. I will agree with laser. It just feels Greek. It borders Greece. Is it offensive if I try turkey next? Compass? Oh yeah, let's have a look at the compass. Can you see the compass? Hang on, let me move. Can you see the compass? Should we do Turkey or Bulgaria? I think we're gonna do Turkey. Turkey, correct. Beef, chicken, pork, ham, bacon, sausage, botafara, black pudding, potatoes, onions, carrot, celery, green beans, cabbage, salt. This dish is a hearty traditional stew that features a variety of meats such as pork, veal, and chicken combined with seasonal vegetables like cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. It often includes sausage and meatballs, providing rich and tender and savory flavors. The ingredients are simmered together, creating a comforting one-pot meal that is perfect for cold weather. Often it is served with pasta or rice, enhancing its warmness. Well, I think the pasta or rice kind of makes it feel like it's going to be Mediterranean. Does anyone else feel those vibes? I feel like pasta and rice kind of puts us in like Italy, Spain, kind of. It's a Spanish style sausage. Yeah, let's go with Spain. I feel like they would like that. Yeah, cool. All right. Final score. We got our genius. We got our genius crown back. Well, guys, I think it's time for me to go to bed. I need to go to sleep. My brain hurts, and yeah, it's hard. It's hard out here for a brain dead bimbo, you know, out here trying to use my brain and think. It's very labor intensive. But thank you for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you guys again tomorrow. That would be lovely. And yeah. See you next time. Bye. Boop, boop, boop.